Okay, so it's February and Black History Month has still not been abolished, so I thought a good way to break in this month is to watch a video from the Musings of a Crouton. I just found out she had a YouTube channel and I was like, oh. Then I seen that she has a video called Rating Blackface Scandals Because I'm Black and Messy. Yeah, man, I thought this was definitely a proper video. A proper video to be watching at this time. My bad. I forgot to put that in. As with anything before I start the video, as with watching any creator, show them support. This is their video. And if the original creator wants to come to my channel and tell me to take it down or contact me to take it down, I most certainly will. Anyways, let's get into this because I'm ready to be laughing at 11:45 p.m. and I'm tired as hell, so I'm probably going to find stuff funnier. We got Shane Dawson. Here we go. Here we go.
If you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I have done a lot of things.
No. It can't start like this. It can't start like this. I feel like I was just forced to watch.
I hate.
No, what am I? No. It starts like this, bro. The problem is I can't look away from the video. I gotta watch or I might miss something.
Now, I am what former American overlord and adult movie star coochie connoisseur would call a...
Is that Trump?
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
Yes, despite being on a perpetual light-skin nonsense tour, now featuring Doja Cat, I am 100% black, not even biracial. Born in the...
Oh.
And you were scared by that?
Hold on. She is overstimulating the fuck out of me right now. What is her background? Yeah. I need to borrow some of these. Oh my gosh.
You're racist. We caught you on camera. How does it feel to be a sick fuck? So for the handful of people who were wondering what my ethnicity was, I was incognito the whole time. Now what better...
Incognito. Oh my god. That's great.
My ancestral legacy and Black History Month than to rate my favorite instances of celebrities doing for the purposes of desperately trying to ensure that this video doesn't get demonetized. Let's call it Chocolate Face.
Genuine chocolate face.
Susan, please, let a bitch make some coin off of this. Now, I know there might be some of you in the comments section thinking, it's not Black History Month, you absolute troglodyte. You think
it is now when I'm doing this video, so hey, I have single-handedly took her video from one dimension of time and brought it here.
I subscribe to the Caucasian calendar, the Yakubian units of measuring time. My Black History Month begins whenever Kanye West does something questionable. So it's been Black History Month for 2 straight years now. As a melanated person, whenever I see
what was that fucking picture of Kanye? Where did she get that? You know, I'm not surprised by that. You could probably type in Kanye on Google and anything will come. Just say Google. Nice. You can speak to Google, right? Yeah. It's too tired for me to be making this. I'm too tired. It's too tired for me to be making this video. There you guys go. A perpetual downfall into me probably getting wackier throughout this video and her getting wackier. So let's continue.
I think, well, that's unfortunate, but also update profile pic. Also, share the link to my other messy black friends so that we can laugh at this. Am I happy about these occurrences? No. But as a newly minted American, how can I capitalize on this? Who would I be if not to do so? I can't help having an exploitative, entrepreneurial spirit. And that's how I know I belong in this beautiful, prescription
smooth.
riddled, dazzled house arrest ankle bracelet of a country. Other YouTubers have done their ratings of N-word incidents and the subsequent...
Oh, they have? This was a trend rating when this happened? Wow.
The dermatology videos, but your girl is upping it up a notch. Keep in mind, it takes a lot to like genuinely offend me as someone who has a very egregious sense of humor. These
Same.
are my own opinions. I don't speak for any other black people, nor could I, really. I mean, we're not
She speaks for me.
a monolith. Plus, we already have a spokesperson. Or should I say, we did. R.I.P. Robert Mugabe. I'm sorry, I mean, R.I.P. King!
I don't know who that was. Then again, I think that's pretty accurate since most people said I'm a white black person anyways.
Let's give some structure to these ratings. 0 to a 3 is... it's not great, but it didn't quite make me want to vomit. Or it barely
Gross.
registers as chocolate face. I'm already regretting the decision to use that phrase. A 4 to a 6 is... this is activating the gag reflex, but I'm gonna be real with you. This genuinely made me burst
How was that clip that she put into Jim Carrey worse than the last one?
out laughing. 8 to 10 is jump scare territory, with a 7 being, this kind of made my ass itch, but it's missing that little something something, you know? What can I say? I'm picky with my racial insensitivity. I'm only going to be using examples of people that you might have actually heard about or might care about, just to keep this video concise. So, warning! If you do not want to see offensive imagery and commentary, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, why did you click on this video? Did you not see
True.
the title? This is insensitive. Even as a black person, you shouldn't be making light of this issue. To all my fellow black people who are just a little bit off, I know you're watching, okay? I can hear you breathing heavy behind your anime profile pics. Let's mock the absurdity of these people together. Also, if there are any of you who don't know what this is, or the history behind it, Google is free. I'm not an educator. I'm a propagandist. Let us begin.
Nice.
Rachel Dolezal, my ebony queen.
Oh,
This is
I remember her.
orange face. Oompa Loompa core. She looks like she's about to start pop locking and dropping to a child drowning. She looks like she got waterboarded.
I think I remember her. She was the woman who like claimed like she was black, like really claimed it. And I'm gonna have a hot take for y'all, bro. Have y'all seen have y'all seen half of the people that talk about like white people coming from the Caucasus Mountains and everything like that, and how Egyptians like genetically modified humans and it was like a gene gone wrong? I remember back in school, I think, hearing that being white is like a genetic mutation, but this whole thing with Egyptians messing around with the gene pool, I don't know, something along the lines of that, and creating white people, and this whole thing about them just being our children. Man, I've heard comedians jokes about it. I've heard people who will take that to the grave with them. So technically, according to all them and anyone who believes it, and if we're all human, she is black.
with a bucket
She
of
is
Tang
black.
orange drink mix. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. Mainly because this infamous clip of hers never fails to make me laugh.
Are you African American?
I don't understand the question.
The cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
The only thing that could have made this better, or arguably worse, is if she just leaned in, as Sheryl Sandberg would say. I feel like this is the appropriate situation to use that phrase. And she just checked off every single egregious stereotype. Just holding a bottle of malt liquor in a brown paper bag in one hand, and a late child support notice in the other. You know
Oh
what?
my
Throw in a
gosh.
Free R. Kelly t-shirt.
Oh
and then
my
she donned that
gosh.
attire while giving a speech about being a black woman in America. Oh my god, could you imagine? I've mentioned this in previous videos, and I'm gonna keep mentioning it to the unaware masses, but she has an OF, so if you want to see this Nubian princess up close and
She
personal-
said Nubian.
This clip was sent to me a few days
No.
ago. Y'all might have seen this. It's actually what inspired me to
No.
make this video. Let me just show it to you.
No.
Right stroke put little baby in a spiral. Soprano. See, we like to keep it on a high note. As devils do it. You and I know. Hold up. Be humble. Sit down. Hold up, bitch. Sit
Wait, what?
down. Hold up. Sit down. Sit humble. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Hold up. Sit down.
Why did they do so much of the black and white duality chessboard background? Like, what was with it? Is this a psyop? Were they trying to...
Be humble.
What was going on here?
First of all, what was this audience?
Yeah, wait, what?
Whose aunt is this? This is from a Polish talent show, I believe. Thank you, Eastern Europe, for blessing us with these nuggets of out-of-pocket content. This falls into a category that you will see several more times within this video, called You Didn't Have to Do All That. I'm of the opinion that a white person can't dress up or impersonate a black celebrity or character, and there's always going to be a level of sensitivity considering the history of minstrel shows and just general Caucasian skullduggery. I don't think this performance was trying to mock Kendrick, so it doesn't give me the same sick feeling as watching like a traditional minstrel show. But if you wanted to do Kendrick, like this little Slavic manlet could have just rapped the song. You didn't need to slather Nutella on your face and glue on lace front cornrows that belong on the head of a light-skinned love interest in a Tyler Perry movie. Also, this cover of Humble is whack.
We like to keep it on a high now.
The only
Yeah, it's the accent, I think. It's not his flow. It's like trying to copy somebody else's flow. And like, I feel like there's so much that goes into flow, at least like my own perspective from listening to music so long. It's that you have a certain voice, and then a certain voice almost crafts, or it just like, it all becomes this amalgamation of a certain just sound, your own sound as an artist. So it's like, you can tell when someone's like trying to replicate someone else's sound. So it's just odd. Like, yeah, it's really off. I don't know. Not hating on dude. I feel like it takes a lot of balls to get up there and do that. Maybe. He seemed pretty confident. Dude.
acceptable cover of this song comes courtesy of this Honda Civic Siren.
Left stroke just went fire. Right stroke, little baby, fire.
I hate that the internet clowned this, I want to say Forever 21 employee on her lunch break. Like this wasn't iconic. But when Ariani did the same exact thing.
Mix it up. Be humble. Sit up. Be humble.
Oh, now you want to recognize greatness. Typical. I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. It caught me so off guard when I first heard it.
Those clips like threw me for a loop. So I don't even know what to really say about either. I'm very glad I'd never seen those when either of those happened.
It, my brain skipped from being offended to just being amused. Now, if his song selection was I'm Black and I'm Proud by James Brown, I would have coughed up a lung. Now on to the shoe polish connoisseur himself, Mr. Shane Dawson. There are too many examples, so I'm just gonna stick to the highlights, which for me include what is supposed to be Randy Jackson and Wendy Williams. Now when I think Wendy Williams, I think stiff little wiglet. I think tig old biddies. I think,
oh my god, I gotta do that thing for Nickelodeon. Oh my god.
Now with Randy.
See, when I think Wendy Williams, I think a robot having computer problems. I don't necessarily know that one moment that happened with her, if you guys are remembering, where her left eye went like this and it like started tweaking, and then she like went like this and like came back. Just in the cases that she was having a health emergency, I'm entirely not sure if she was like having like a mild stroke or something tweaked out with her eye. But I remember people taking that clip and being like, oh my gosh, it is a AI malfunctioning. And I was like, honestly, we don't know what a lot of these TV show hosts and stuff like that. It's an odd industry, bro. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. They got a whole they clone Tyrone going on. I don't know. She was a clone.
My first thought goes to that one episode of iCarly where it's revealed Miss Briggs has that shrine of him. Now, what the heck is this? Oh my god. That's a jump scare. 9 out of 10. Oh my god. Stop. It's like a minstrel JoJo Siwa. You'd think after the 10th time of him sitting in front of the mirror, applying the brown foundation he stole from Shauna's purse, he'd have a Joker moment, break down and think, what has become of me? Why am I even doing this?
I was just saying that, I'm a little bit surprised he did it so many times. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, was anyone actually finding it funny? I don't know, man. No, I'm serious.
Your audience of 12-year-olds who shoplift your t-shirt from Hot Topic need to be entertained. So why don't you get in front of that camera and film content that will get you placed on a Southern Poverty Law Center hit list. Next! I suppose it's time to mention the horsewomen of the apocalypse. Da, 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 da.
Who are they? What is this ad? What? I want to comment more on the ad, but I'm definitely going to whatever that is. No, I'm just joking. Let's go.
The ultimate baby ambassadors for the Percocet besotted
Is it
drug
the Kardashians?
These beacons of white media.
It was.
Kept popping up while I was doing research for this video, which just consisted of me Googling and then saving racist images onto my hard drive that with no context would get me placed on a watch list again. These women built a brand off of being culture vultures, and my personal theory is that Kris Jenner kept seeing people accuse her horcruxes, daughters, of blackfishing and cultural appropriation, and she said, "Bet, I'm gonna raise up an army of little vaguely brown caramel grandchildren who I don't think gestated in a womb. I think she planted a Jackson 5 CD and Echo hair gel in her garden, and every morning after rising out of her cryogenic chamber, she watered them with Hennessy for about 2 months.
Oh my gosh. Her cryogenic chamber, bro.
And then a little afro or a cornrowed scalp emerged from the California soil, and she yanked them bitches out like carrots, gazing down at her.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what sort of psyop. Dude, when you have the infinite knowledge of the universe like me in the palm of your hands, I still cannot grasp how this family is observed as much as they are. I'm trying to put it as lightly and respectful as possible. Like, understanding the laws and the law of attraction and everything, and I can understand, but I definitely know that there are some things definitely injected into media, families, and everything that is like staged to make you pay attention to it. And I always ask myself, there's just no way this is just a random family that found success and is in the eyes of media, bro. It's like, it just does not give me that feeling, man. I always wondered how people can watch them for entertainment, how people can watch them for trends, for makeup, for their influence. It's like, I don't know. It's scary. Like, do you know having an awakening normally in reality where you just wake up and everything's just, oh, you're like, oh, the government's doing this, oh, the food GMO. You have that first level of awakening and you're like, oh, it's like the levels that come after that are just perplexing, bro. Like, I don't know. It's just come this conscious conundrum of what is going on, dude. Like, seriously, I don't know.
Precious new cash cows. She thinks, try canceling them now, Twitter. Courtney's kids are not included, but who cares? She's at least profitable. Plus, she's preoccupied humping Jack Skellington. So this was the image of Kylie Jenner that kept popping up. Now, I'm not one to stick my neck out for this family, but I don't even think this counts. The base color is clearly a purplish kind of blue. I'm surprised nobody on her team didn't realize that this was probably gonna ruffle some feathers and just decided not to post this photo shoot. Actually, who am I kidding? These people are hungry for any kind of press. Same thing with the examples of Kim. Honestly, this just looks like someone, not even necessarily her, probably one of her stiff-faced minions, put a filter on this photo. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. On to our favorite Canadian soft boy, a man who thinks that he's a feminist because
Justin Trudeau did blackface? That's his name, right? Trudeau?
he enjoys women sitting on his face. His idea of foreplay is watching Ketanji Brown Jackson getting sworn onto the Supreme Court. And apparently this was for an Arabian Nights themed party. When these images first circulated, I heard that this was supposed to be an Aladdin costume. And I distinctly remember thinking, in what
Too much is happening right now.
version of Aladdin did he resemble a sleep paralysis demon? This is the figure that you see in your peripheral vision when you move your eyes back and forth very quickly. Now, this would register as round face, so he's sneaking in on a technicality. This is a solid 10 out of 10. This is legit terrifying. Look at that.
My fun fact, my mom doesn't like that term brown people. She goes like, isn't it like Indian or something like that? And I'll just say the term anyways is like, motherfuckers, y'all are black, bro. Y'all got melanin. Let's stop playing around. We're all humans, bro. Technically brown face, I get it because it's Aladdin, but I mean, yeah, that's funny. My mom had me dying laughing when she heard us say that. She was like, brown people. I was like, look, the lingo shifts every second. Like this didn't happen when I was 23, but I'm like, I'm 23 and I can't keep up. So yeah.
Jovial ass.
Dude, he looks really happy to look like that.
Grin. I'm afraid that he's gonna unhinge his jaw like a python and start galloping towards me on all fours.
Yep.
Gone. Up next, one of my top 3 favorite light skins. Next to 2012 Justin Bieber and Sammy Sosa. Thank you
Those were cursed.
to Pusha T or whoever on his team dug up this gem. He's probably out there getting his hair braided as I speak. Now, the context of this photo shoot was meant to satirize how black actors are treated and expected to act in the industry or something. Despite this sort of disturbing imagery, Drake still manages to radiate the "where's my hug at" energy. The the tomfoolery, the mischievousness, if you will. It manages to break through the face paint and jazz hands. His consistency is unbelievable.
I think what gets me about her comedy, to be honest, is it's so fast hitting. Like it's consistently unpredictable and predictable. It's hard to describe. It's like she hands down to me is one of the funniest creators I have seen. And I think it's just the absurdity of what she says, and she doesn't take herself serious. And when I discovered her, she was making like the like, what if we were alone in the bathroom and I would tell you to take me under. Like, she just would go back to back, and it just would get progressively more, someone could say degenerate, but just extreme. And I don't know, like, it catches me off guard. It's like she has an ability where it's like she can say 10 just incredibly dull, like not really funny things, but one out of 10 will land. And that's what hits me about her comedy, for me personally.
Pusha was probably giggling like a little schoolgirl, kicking his feet in the air, twirling his braids around his finger, while airdropping this to his team. Like, guys, I just found the perfect cover art to this.
You see what I mean? The 4 before that were kind of corny. I was like, oh, kicking his feet in there. Someone said that joke to me before. There was a girl I was on FaceTime with, and she was like, you're probably kicking your feet in the air right now. I was like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. But that had me weak. And like that, bro, none of that was really that funny. It was like, ha, like in my head, ha, hee, ha, ha. But then the dog.
Now, this is technically blacker face, say 5 out of 10. It's just so petty. Pusha might as well have just used a screenshot from a scene from one of his baby mama's adult films. Or, you know, like a positive multiple sclerosis diagnosis.
You stay with me. You stay with me.
On to Colton Hayes, dressed as Kanye West. Now, you might recognize Colton from the teen girl spank bank production known as Teen Wolf, or as hot white buff guy number 546 from Ryan Murphy's slave contract series American Horror Story. He looks like the composite image of every frat boy from a state university that has a Lamborghini poster in their room.
I have never watched American Horror Story, so I'm glad.
Looks like if the cock ring Ken doll became a real boy. If I wanted to dress up as an iconic person,
There was a cock ring Kendall. What? What am I hearing?
who happen to be a different race. Let's say the 0% body fat Hong Kong bad boy, Bruce Lee. I know it's not the same exact thing, and obviously being Asian had an actual impact on Bruce Lee's life and career, but no, bear with me. My first thought wouldn't be, let me slant my eyes and paint my face like I have jaundice. I'd go, let me get a yellow tracksuit with the black streak. Just need to shoplift a pair of yellow juicy sweats and paint the black streak on. Make sure to not open any of the windows so that you inhale all of those paint fumes. That's called pre-gaming. Maybe some homemade nunchucks, a bottle of aspirin if I'm trying to be disrespectful. What I'm saying is that
See what I mean? She just constantly
you
delivers.
can pay homage to a person without turning them into a racist caricature. When I
Wait,
think about
what
this
happened?
era of Kanye, I'm thinking, you know, those like iconic shutter shades. This boy couldn't even get the most basic detail correct. What would a modern day Kanye costume even consist of? A stained Yeezy sweatshirt, holding up an Excel spreadsheet filled with the names of Jewish executives? It would just be sad. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Costume all around. Now, little Jimmy Fallon, back when he still had cheekbones, this was like pre-Taxi and Twin Towers Jimmy, he apparently played Chris Rock in a sketch. This is just greasy. Did they just like not have a black cast member? Was this the season after Tim Meadows left? Also, Tim Meadows? Kinda hot. I said it and I don't care. They should have just asked Jimmy to stand in the corner and giggle like he normally did. I'm more disappointed than anything. 7 out of 10.
Okay, the last two were wild, but they were costumes, but it didn't seem like they hesitated to don the blackface.
Jimmy Kimmel during his out
He did.
of pocket era. So this was him playing Carl.
I remember this one. I seen this come up. Oh my gosh, I find it so funny. Like, for me, it's hard to offend me too, so.
Alone? This man looks slimy. He looks like a turd in that greasy ass British animated
I
film
remember
Flushed
this.
Away,
I
starring
liked
Tom
Flush
Holland,
Away.
One of my favorite thin-lipped leading men. Oh my god, he looks like a cryptid. I was about to say sorry.
He looks like a cryptid, bro. No.
Mr. Malone, but after a quick Google search, well, never mind. This man can choke. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. And finally, Jason Aldean as Lil Wayne. Well, we got another horrible Halloween costume. Now, Jason Aldean is a country singer, and I was aware of that, yet I'd never actually heard any of his songs. I'd like to imagine they sound like this. Shooting moonshine up my ass, cause I bottoms up. 9/11 wouldn't have happened if I was there. Would have punched those planes out of the sky. Confederate flag, jock strap.
Oh, dude.
NASCAR, baseball cap. Blowing a Navy SEAL, cause I support the troops. America, you Canada. It scares me sometimes, how talented I am. When I think Lil Wayne, that pocket-sized rapping gremlin man, honestly, I think of
Dude, he does look a little bit like a goblin.
this iconic image. Those are his hooves, you bitch. If I was doing Lil Wayne, wife beater, skateboard, bottle of cough syrup. Maybe carry around like a tiny little baby that had like a $sign written on its forehead because of Young Money. I'm not helping myself. This doesn't really make my ass itch like some of the other examples, or like scare the shit out of me. It didn't make me giggle either. Also, I just know that Mr. Aldean gets a semi-chub anytime some random person calls him problematic. So thankfully, I'm not even gonna have to give him the satisfaction. A 7 out of 10? Why did I think this was gonna be more fun? Is this what happens when you grow up on the internet? You get so desensitized to edgy or offensive imagery that it just doesn't register? What is it like to feel?
Yo, that's what I say.
Oh well. Do you agree with my ratings? Disagree? Kind of agree? If you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say I hope that you get the help that you need. Shout out to my top patrons. I appreciate all of you. You're all
Is
so
that
beautiful.
Dobby?
You smell really good. I hope that wasn't creepy. Actually, no, you guys would like it. I know y'all are little freaks. If you would like to join my Patreon, the link is in the description and on screen. Thank you to my other lovely patrons. Your support means a lot to me. That sounded sarcastic, but like I was being serious. Your names should be scrolling on screen as I speak. Bye.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, dude. She's a good creator. Dude, I'm gonna let y'all know a little fun fact. I do this. I feel like other people do this. You scroll to the comments before you watch a video, and I knew it would immediately be cursed immediately when someone said, "We finally got to see her throw it back." I was like, oh yeah, well, when she said this at the end of the video, it was accurate that these little freaks would like that. I'm out of here. Much love in Moonlight. What did I just watch, bro? What did I just watch? I didn't even know it was that. Who am I kidding? I should have known it was that comment. She said Jimmy Kimmel was it? Looked like a cryptid. What?